Alrighty, PG-13. This is G.I. Joe. Now, we're gonna get into it. So some we have one-hit wonders, others, two hits. That's two sculpts. So take for example, Dogfight. Dogfight. Really cool looking figure, but unfortunately he did not get another figure remake. The legs are pretty, well, not too bad. Just pretty plain with a flight jacket, I guess. He was a pilot, and he drove that little that mud pod thing. The crappiest vehicle. He was a cool pilot, but he had the crappiest vehicle ever. Speaking of which, another pilot, lift ticket. Here he is right here. That's my head. So lift ticket's body with fast draw's head gives you an exquisite figure that I've made. There was somebody else out there that said, "Oh, I made one a long time ago as a kid." I don't think so. If you did, you did. But never seen one until I put one together and then someone else said they did. Okay. If you did, great. But that is the greatest custom I think I've ever made. It is awesome. I love that custom. Another figure that really didn't get any remakes. Armadillo. He's so ugly they named him after a tank or a beast. But he's supposed to be a boxer. Again, a lot of boxers. Must have been a rough time over there at Hasbro. People getting beat up a lot. It's just super plain. But you could probably use his arms for a cool custom, because they got the bandages wrapped around him. Now, another plain guy. I thought he looked like a knight, so he was kind of cool. But again, like he got that medieval look to him. And even like his Marauders version was great looking. Now, barbecue, my 85 barbecue, this would be 88. This one here had a broken hand, so I just cut off the remains and here's another hand. And it worked. So I gave him a hand transplant until I get another one down the line. So barbecue, I don't think really had any other ones as well, but we're just going to have a quick look to confirm that one. Because I did like barbecue as a kid. But, he was quickly replaced with the next one. Oh, yes, barbecue did have another one. And that is the worst looking head ever. This is weird ass. This is not barbecue to me. So I took that. I took the parts of that one and just threw them together with this. Just to make like a, I don't know, Techno Viper technician. Anyways. So that was like the crappiest version ever. Now, Psyche-out. To me, that figure, Psyche-out, reminded me of that Star Wars guy. Not Forloom, I don't know, whatever the heck that guy's name was. This guy was another 87 creation. I don't know why they did it. Oh yeah, he reminds me of Data too. Just like a cyborg or something. Antenna sticking out his head. Now his Night Force version is not so bad looking. He does have a Night Force version. But the next version beside him looks way better. It looks like he's got a targeting system on his head. So he looks like he's ready to fly an Apache that we never quite got for the line. Which we could have used. Did they make any more versions of Psychot? Nope, no more O-rings, just these. So he had 3 versions. But you know who's a cool figure and doesn't get enough credit? Dr.Mindbender. Dr.Mindbender. And then we get his creation, cyborg creation. Is that probably 92, 93? I'll have to take a look at that. But Dr.Mindbender, another cool 86 figure. We're going to just quickly see if there's any more other versions of Dr.Mindbender. He was an 86 figure. So we're going to go back to Dr.Mindbender. Now I did use his arms on another Cobra. So they do work. And oh, it doesn't look like there is any more O-ring versions. No real O-ring versions. There's kind of a 2004, but it's not looking that great. So I'm gonna say that the first version of Dr. Mindbender is the only version of Dr. Mindbender. And he had a cool cape that you could pretty much use on anyone. And well, the second version is you could just pretend it's a cyborg. I have cybernetics. Cyborg. Now Skidmark, he looks like he's dressed for hunting. It's hunting season on them cobras. So Skidmark, did he get any more? Well, Skidmark definitely drove. He drove the Desert Fox. Would that put him at 87 too? Is he an 87 figure? Oh, he could be even 88 or 89. Oh, I forget. Oh, yes. So he is an 87 figure, I think. 88. Sorry, he's an 88 figure. I'm just going to quickly double check. Nope, there's no other versions of Skidmark. So this is a cool figure who could have had more done with him. And he could have had a Night Force version, you know, or they could have made another figure with a helmet that comes off. Again, I did like this figure. He is a cool figure to me. Some people just crap on him because, you know, he's a Skidmark. But Skidmarks usually meant burnout, not crap in your pants. Oh crap, it's Cobra! Oh, I can smell Skidmark from a mile away. Now, this guy, Crazy Legs, oops. Crazy Legs, he is a cool figure. And he looks way better in the Night Force, but I just customized mine and threw on this chest piece. Oh, yeah, I don't, don't ask me which one it is. We just covered that in the last video. Is it Leatherneck or is it Duke? Either one would probably fit, but it makes for a great custom for definitely. Definitely. Same with my clean sweep. I just made a custom of, that's probably a dusty body from the 2000s maybe. But it fits him, suits him. He looks pretty good, except for his pants, but I might change it when I get a camouflage guy coming in. You never know. Now, these figures are not the best, you know. People really didn't care for them. They didn't like him as much. But again, you know, Sneak Peek looked great as a Night Force, not as good in the regular outfit. So there was quite a few figures that did look better repainted. Now Sci-Fi, this second version of Sci-Fi, also I think they used the head sculpt. I'm just going to try to pull off his helmet here. His head sculpt almost looks similar to, well, he's not too bad. See, he'll come in a bit. Anyways, so he looks pretty close to Flint, but not too bad. So he does have a defined head sculpt. Actually, let's see if we have an Equal Warriors Flint here. So it's a close, but not as bad. So we got two brown hairs. Equal Warriors Flint. There's another Flint that either you loved or you hated. And there's another version of that Equal Warriors Flint that's not too bad. But I've made a lot of sailors from other versions of Sci-Fi. So I had a few more like this, and then he became, well, a sailor. Sci-Fi the sailor. Another figure that really sucked for color, that's the Saw Viper. Oh no, he's already fallen down. The Saw Viper really sucked to me. His head looked weird proportioned. His legs are all just the wrong color. It's like a putrid purple. I don't know what you'd call it. His eye looks like he's a cyclops. I've got shrunken head. His head looks like it's just squished, tiny. It doesn't fit the proportion. And again, Saw Viper I would always confuse and call Laser Viper. Just because he, I don't know, he just looks all weird. He's got the weirdest legs. He's probably one of the worst figures, I think. Anyways, I have to give him a different weapon. So, out of all these figures, well, I think that is one of the worst ones. Besides some of the other head sculpts we got, like the Bats version 2. It's just crap. Now, here's a figure that I always forget about. Vulture. And his buzzard, or Vulture. Vulture. This is a guy that reminds you of Flash Gordon. Who is that guy in Flash Gordon? Anyways, he looks like the villain from Flash Gordon. Boom, 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 flash. And his bird sits on the perch. A lot of his weapons were remade in weapons tree packs in the 90s. And again, this color sucks. If he would have been a black and, all black and gold, I think this figure would have been perfect. It would have sold way better. But this purple just sucks. So the color scheme for that figure ruined him. Same with the Laser Viper, or sorry, Saw Viper. I don't want to call him the wrong name already. And the Ice Cream Viper. Now, I thought this was Cobra because it's a Viper. All Vipers are Cobra. But I guess he's just the ice cream soldier. So he's G.I. Joe. I thought he was always on the bad team. So I just put him on the bad team anyways. Because this figure, recolored, looks great. You know? That is a beautiful figure. Now there is a lot of other figures, where was it? In the 90s that might have been remade later on. And what figure was that? It was a Star Brigade figure. Can I find him in time before the video ends? Oh, I can't. I'm looking as we're looking. Anyways, these figures here that I'm talking about don't get talked about enough. And no, it's not in that year. So maybe it's in a 93 year that I'm looking for a certain figure. Oh, here he is. Right here. The one that I picked up this year in a Mega Viper. This one really sucks. The color just sucks. I don't even have this one yet. But when I picked up this 2000, I think it was 2003 Swamp Viper. Just a beautiful figure. I really wish I would have known about these a long time ago. And he was worth the price. Even though his head's a little bit loose in the sculpt. Just a great figure to get. You know. And you know why that is? Because I guess people that are making these figures or remaking them forget that the O-ring is supposed to interact with the head and the arms, so the tightness actually works better with the joints. So the newer the O-ring, the better the joints. That's why the O-rings used to wear out, because they rub. And when you don't do that, when you don't design a figure properly, you get that leather neck version that I showed you, that his arms just go all wonky because the plastic wears out fast. Where is he? Here he is. You get the looseness of the figure's arms. So again, if that O-ring's not touching, the arms end up doing that. And a lot of designers probably don't realize that because they're just not that smart. they didn't design it right. But a lot of one-hit wonder figures that don't get talked about too are the commemorative figures. This is the best astronaut ever. You know, this redeems all these crappy figures we're looking at. Some of them are not too bad. But this astronaut I loved. Anyways, thanks for we'll have to talk about more of these commemorative next time. We're out of time. Anyways, thanks again. Like, subscribe, hype, Cobra!